just did a video, but actually the noise was very loud. So I think that information that I'm trying to give is very important because I want us to know that the grieving process is not an easy process, and a lot of times people don't know how to approach someone, and sometimes they feel like they're approaching them or saying the right thing, but in actuality it might be hurting that person or driving that person farther away from being around you. I remember when I was younger, actually I didn't have the the knowledge about the grieving process, and so when I would hear things like, don't worry, don't cry, she's in a better place or he's in a better place, and God will have her in the arms, and yeah, she's in the, but I used to shut down when I hear that. I used to stop because I'm like, wow, these people expect me to be not crying or maybe be stronger. Or they expect me as a PK, my dad was a pastor, that the kids don't, if they're crying too much, that means that they don't have enough faith, or they don't know where their loved one is, but God made each one of us, man, with emotions, and it's natural and it's healthy for us to be able to go through this process knowing that it's okay to cry without people passing judgment that, wow, First Lady is crying or bawling, and I know she know where her mom is, I know she know about God, but we have to be able to know and allow people and give them that respect and that space to always have like a certain way to express themselves, because the way you express yourself might be different from the way I express myself. And some of the stages that that I learned about grieving is, the first one is denial, because we don't want to believe that our loved one left, especially if you just spoke with your loved one, you just went out with them, or you just had a moment, and it's hard for you to believe that, wow, she was just here. Because with my mom, when we got the news on Saturday, of course I was a little shocked, because before I left, I asked the doctor, we sat down, we had meetings with them almost every day, and I asked him, I said, let me know if there's a big chance that my mom's gonna live. I know that you said she need dialysis, I know you said that she need all this stuff. Let me know if there's a big chance she's gonna live, so I could come back to America and take care of some things and then come back. If not, if you don't think that she has a big chance of living, then let me know so I could stay, and my husband and my other children could meet me in Belize. And he said, I believe that she have a big chance of living because of the signs and what she's showing in her blood works. And if there was anything where we need to talk about about death and I would let you know. So for me, when I heard, it was denial. I was in denial to believe that really, we just spoke to the doctors. And then the second one, the stage is anger. I got angry. And sometimes we get so angry that the ones around us, sometimes we don't even know that we're taking it out on them. So we have to be aware of ourselves. I have to be aware of myself whenever I felt that way, because if I'm around my husband or my daughter or my son, I don't want to take it out on them. So for me, I need to be by myself. I need to go somewhere quiet, somewhere where I could just, me and God, and just be able to talk it over with God, and just to give me that inner strength that I need to be able to pull through in a positive way. Because a lot of times we could come up in a negative way where we cope and start smoking, drinking. There's a lot of people that turn to drugs and alcohol, and some people depression and just want to kill themselves and don't want to be here any longer. Well, Dorian don't have any of those, but I do know that there's a bargaining stage that comes after anger, and sometimes we bargain and be like, man, Lord, like, why her? Like, why not, take me instead? Or, some people go through that. some people go through it, some people don't. Like for myself, I didn't go there because I know my mom is in a better place. I know that she's not suffering any longer. I know that she's with my dad, with my 3 other brothers, and she's having a great time of her life. But depression comes afterwards, where some people just don't feel like to get out of bed. They just feel like just to stay in bed and feel like life just stops right there for them, and they don't have any growth or anything, no self-care, nothing. And that's not good. Again, it's okay to stay in bed, it's okay to not feel like to do anything, but when it comes to you being in bed for 6 months, no self-care, not even taking a shower or anything like that, that is not healthy at all. At least I want to encourage you to just do something for you and just be able to take care of yourself mentally as well. Seek support from other people, professionals, or loved ones. People that you feel comfortable in being around, that is going to be sensitive to you, empathetic, that isn't going to judge you when you start crying, or they're not going to tell you, girl, you don't have to cry, you know they're in a better place, you know, don't worry, why are you crying, you know, it's been 2 years, it's been 3 years. Okay, for you it is, so excuse me, but I need to be in this space right now, you could go, I need to just be by myself, because we're going to have grieving process, it takes forever. We have memory. We're not going to be mourning like the people in the world that don't understand the goodness of God, but we're going to have things that comes up, like smell. The fragrance might come back with my mom, or somebody might sound like her or look like her, or I might look at a picture and just feel in that moment the emotions, and that's fine, but I'm not going to linger in there. I'm going to go on with my life, but I'm going to still carry the memories of my loved ones. And so we see where the acceptance come into play, where acceptance is when we start to say, okay, I'm going to move on, go to work. I'm going to start accepting the fact that the process is still going on, but I know that life for me does go on. I have children, I have a husband, I have, you know, people in the church that needs me, and still be used by God through the process. And that's why I'm taking this time, because for me, my self-care, when I'm going through things, I really feel drawn to empower other people. I feel drawn to empower people. That's where I get my fulfillment. That's where I feel satisfied that I am still serving while I'm going through. And there's going to be times when I need to just take time for myself and just go at the beach or go somewhere that I know that my mom and I had a memorable moment. She loved fishing, she loved water, and you know, that really right there draw me closer to her. So today I want to encourage you, whatever that your loved one used to do, why don't you write them a letter? Write them a letter, and if you have a picture, read it to them. Or if you want to go visit their graveside, go and do that. And just be able to feel in that moment, because remember that God gave us our loved one. He placed us in the family that He did to bring us to this earth for a special reason and a purpose. And so let's just continue to serve the Lord, but never stop no one from grieving, and don't let anyone stop you from grieving the way that you want to, because the way that I grieve might be different from you. With me, I don't need nobody to tell me a lot of stuff like, stop, you're a first lady, you know where your sibling is, you know, I know where they are, yes, but if you don't have nothing positive or don't know what to say, just don't say nothing. Just say, I'll be there for you, I'm here for you, I understand, because you don't know, you understand how you feel, and or ask the question, what can I do for you, you know, and just give them that respect and space. And I really appreciate each one of you for your support, for your cards, for your text messages. I know some people call me, but I don't really feel like talking. It's not personally. I just feel like to just be around my loved one at this time, and I really appreciate you all, though, for your contributions and everything else. You know, at this time and point, you know, God is a great provider. He's a great comforter. He gave us peace. in times like this, in times of storm. And for all of you guys who have lost loved ones, I know that there's many of us that are looking right now, lost loved ones. And my prayers are still with you. And please, let's continue to lift each one up in prayers, because we're all struggling with something. If it's not grief, it's something else. But remember that God is going to take us through it. With Him, all things are possible. Thank you for watching.